All right, we are waiting for the new Pope. Welcome back to Joe the Shirt's Off the Cuff. We've got a new Pope, folks. The white smoke has blown, and we got a new Pope. I've got this sucker set to omnidirectional so we can all hear what's going on here, okay? I'll be right back with you. Don't worry about it. I'm here for you guys. They're about to announce the new Pope, guys. I'm watching this with you.
I announce to you a great
We have a Pope. We have a Pope. Now, one of the biggest deals that they were talking about with this particular new Pope is a lot of people were thinking that it might be the first, not just the first non-European Pope, but possibly the first African Pope, which I think will be very interesting to see.
Cardinal of the Holy Roman Church.
Cardinal of the Holy Roman Church. George Mario Bergoglio.
The name
Argentina.
Francis.
Jesuit.
A Jesuit pope from Argentina.
A Jesuit pope from Argentina takes the name Francis as his pope name.
He was a front runner also, at least discussed.
That's a lot of fun, I think. We have a new pope. They just announced him.
He doesn't have his own car.
And he's about to come out in a little bit to address the crowd in Rome there. Let's see here, hold on.
In Latin America.
And it is I think the first non-European pope and the first South American pope. They didn't go with the African like some people were thinking they would. But it is the first South American pope. So you got to know that us Latinos all over the fucking world are losing our fucking minds. You know, we got a pope. We got a papa, as we like to call it. Let's see what's going on back there.
The head of the Jesuits is already known as the Black Pope, so I don't know what that means. But
What is the significance, Delia, for our audience in the Catholic
Okay,
Church
yeah.
of this new pope being a Jesuit?
well,
Security's
have
coming.
a long.
Giorgio Bergoglio, elected pope from Argentina, Archbishop of Buenos Aires, age 76, appointed by John Paul II. All right, so we have a new pope, an Argentinian pope. All right, we do know now. In a little while, he's going to come out. He's going to address us, address the world. They're putting out the banners now. So it's a symbol of the Pope taking on his papacy. And the new Pope is about to come out in just a little bit. I'm glad I got the omnidirectional going on right here. Hope the sound quality is working for you guys. My first time trying this. The great part about this is that I get to step away from the microphone a little bit and check out what's going on, give you the updates here. I still think they should have gone with my idea yesterday to do like Jack, get out of there, move. My dog's in the way. They should have done it like maybe the Final Four, NCAA, but of course that would have been ridiculous. My next suggestion would have been all the Cardinals play a game of horse, you know, and
1969.
last one that still has letters in his horse, they get to be Pope, you know. Cardinal O'Malley does a crossover dribble, spin move, goes weak side, jam! Oh, we have a new Pope. That's the way I would have gone, but nobody recalls me.
We are told has taken the name Francis.
That's right. Cardinal Jorge Mario Bergoglio takes on the Pope name of Francis. Not exactly sure why they take these particular names. And I don't know. I think one of the biggest problems that we had, that the people have had this year, this time picking the Pope is basically because it's the first time in 600 years that a Pope resigned, which is what Pope Benedict did. Pope Benedict the 16th, I believe. First time since, like I said, the 1300s, and that kind of skews how things work because normally what you do. The average pope dies in office. That's the way it happens, because they're usually old as fuck. They become pope. Let me mute this a little bit till the new pope comes out there. And a lot of things happen because you're Pope, usually Pope for life. And then when you're done, the holy ring that is worn by the Pope is actually destroyed. You know, that ring that everybody gets on their knees and kisses, kiss the Pope's ring, that actually is destroyed at the death of every Pope. And then every time you bring on a new Pope, he gets a whole new ring. Now, since Pope Benedict retired rather than die on the job, his ring was also taken away from him. And, it was destroyed. So that you're not going to give the new Pope a hand-me-down ring. No, that's just rude. That's it. Anything else going on yet? Trying to keep us all appraised as to what's going on here. Let's see. Come on. And why is this thing not working all of a sudden? Okay, all of a sudden, my TV's not working, which sucks. Let's see if we can get that back on. No. There we go.
It's great in Poland.
There we go.
Both in its mode of
We're waiting still
both in its mode of
to hear from the new Pope, see what he's got to say to all of us.
those who are poor, the sick.
Mind you, I, for one, only care about this on a news level. I am not a Catholic. I'm not a religious person. As a matter of fact, I'm, in fact, an atheist, as you all should know about me by now. But I do find it fascinating that just from a religious point of view, you have almost 2 billion Catholics worldwide, on pins and needles, waiting to find out who the new Pope is. And I find that the closer you get to the Vatican City, the closer you get to Rome, the more excited people get about it. I think once you start getting away from there, you really start to lose interest. Here in California, I wonder just how many people are actually on pins and needles, wondering, who's going to be the new Pope. What we do know now, and I really truly wonder if it really makes a difference to the average Catholic, because the average Catholic, let's face facts, is typically a lapsed Catholic. And yes, that is a stereotype, but it's a stereotype for a reason, because the average Catholic really doesn't go to church. I mean, shit, man, I was baptized Catholic. Actually, no, I don't think I was ever baptized. I'd have to check with my mother, but I was supposed to be Catholic when I was first born. And I'm not, Then my mother tried raising me to be a Jehovah's Witness, and that sure shit didn't take. So now, I'm an atheist, and actually, I'm getting a little sick of the term atheist, because every time we say atheist, people take offense to it. People act as if, you are, by being an atheist, you're taking your shit out on them directly. Like you're offending them directly. I find it fascinating to me because when it comes to religion, I've always thought that by definition, every religion on the planet is a direct insult and an affront to every other religion on the planet. Okay? I mean, that's really the way it works out. I mean, you can't all be right? Especially when you have these monotheistic religions like the Christians and the Jews and the Muslims. By definition, if I'm Jewish, you being Christian is an insult to me. By definition, by my being Muslim, you being a Christian is an insult to me. That's the way it is. People always talk about this whole bullshit about, we should all just live and let live and not worry about it. But the truth of the matter is, if you are really, truly into your religion, I'm not saying you should go out and, try to wipe each other out or anything, but you really have to believe that, that everybody else is wrong and misguided, and depending on your religion, they're going to go to hell. I mean, that's really the way it works. I mean, if I was a devout Catholic, my girlfriend is Jewish, and in my mind, she's going to hell, So, that's really the way it works. I mean, by that definition, if you're a devout Christian of any sort, really, great sports figures like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Muhammad Ali, they're going to hell. And we don't like that idea, do we? Nobody wants to say that kind of thing out loud. Oh, I think they're bringing out the new Pope. Hold on there. Okay, they're bringing out a really big cross. And there he is, the new Pope. The new Pope, ladies and gentlemen. Cardinal Jorge Mario Bergoglio, Pope Francis the First. Let's see what he's got to say. Crowd's going wild. People are cheering. Oh, there are women flashing their tits at the Pope. That's probably not right. They probably shouldn't do that, of course. Looks like a nice enough guy. Doesn't look... Actually, yes, he does look a little bit like a child molester. But then again, I think all... anybody that wears a robe in the Catholic Church, if you wear a uniform for your church, then I automatically think that you're probably a child molester. That's my opinion. Like I said, looks like a nice guy. They're making a deal out of the fact that he is a Jesuit Catholic. I am not familiar with what that means. I will look it up though, so that way I can talk a little bit more, be a little more informed before I speak. Though that's never stopped me before. They're still going. Listen to this. They're still going. They're losing their mind. This is bigger than when the Lakers won the last championship. Downtown, when they had that big parade, that was bullshit compared to this. And it's night where they are right now, over at St. Peter's, at the St. Peter's Basilica. It's nighttime there, and people have been hanging around for the last 3 days, and for 3 days it's been raining there, so these fuckers really wanted to know. Now, being Pope, for a lot of people, having a Pope is a big, big deal. Like, I had some friends of mine, Matt and Patricia Schatz. They were actually brother and sister, though if you'd ever seen them together, you'd swear they were a couple. It was a little weird. Oh, he's talking. Hold on.
Brothers and sisters, good evening.
Good evening, the Pope says to all of us.
That I must say to you.
I must say to you.
That I came here.
That I came here.
Rome. My brothers. Everybody came from all parts of the world.
Everybody came from all parts of the world. Well, yeah, everybody wanted to be the fucking Pope.
I thank you for this greeting you give me.
Now, the way they normally do this is the new Pope comes out, they do a quick intro, he says a few words, and then he gives a very simple blessing
But first,
to everybody.
And above all,
Let's see.
I would like to.
First above all, I would like to.
A prayer for our beloved Benedict XVI.
He's offering a prayer for Benedict XVI.
We should pray for him.
We should pray for him.
And I know that the Madonna will receive him. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Yes.
Thy kingdom come.
Okay, and they are saying the prayer now.
On earth as it is in heaven.
Okay, I don't know where the crowd got that beach ball, but somebody should probably take that away from them. That's not cool.
And forgive us our trespasses.
Alright, that is enough of the Pope for right now. We have a new Pope, Francis the First. I can get back to my chair here and speak in a normal voice and use my normal setting. Alright. That's right, folks. You heard it here first. Joe the Shirt's off the cuff. That's right. Of course, you could have just done what I did and turned on the TV. But what would be the fun in that? All right. Now, you know what? God, I need to get some music on here. But no, I was telling you a story about, Patricia and Matt Schatz. They were a very interesting couple because they weren't a couple. They were actually just brother and sister. But they were weird. They were definitely a little on the weird side. All right, let me get a couple of songs here. I'm not sure. I haven't heard these yet. but I'm going to put them on because I need to put some music on so I can go to the bathroom and get a drink of water or something and not leave you guys alone. Because I know that you guys get scared when I'm not on the air with you. I know you do. But yeah, they're very weird, but they're very, very Catholic, very, very devout Catholic. And they actually got to go see the Pope, I think it was Pope John Paul, many, many years ago. This was about, almost like 20 years ago now, maybe a little less. But yeah, between 15 and 20 years ago, they went to go see the Pope at one of these big, Catholic revival things. And it was a little funny to me because it came back and they were telling me all about it. And they were like, oh my God, it was so wonderful to see him. He's such a spiritual, beautiful man, and everything was so incredible to hear him speak, and everybody was crying, and I'm just like, really? But on that note, we are going to take a little break. I'm Joe the Shirt. I'm off the cuff, and I'll be right back. Joe the Shirt is once again off the cuff. Talking about, of course, the brand new Pope, brand new spanking Pope. 76 years old. Mario Bergoglio, something along those lines, also known as, now from now on, Pope Francis I from Argentina, which, actually, I'm going to go back to Matt Schatz. We'll talk about Argentina a little bit. I'm going back to Matt and Patricia Schatz. It was really something, and they were the kind of Catholics that were really the really devout kind. Why am I getting so much reverb here? Very, very, very devout type of Catholic. They went to church like every week. They went to masses, midnight masses. Christmas came along, midnight masses. And they were the kind of people that you don't make jokes with about the Catholic Church, or don't make jokes about the fucking Pope. And they are definitely the kind of people that when all that news came out about, priests and bishops and cardinals, molesting children in their churches came along, they were definitely among those that were hurt the most, and probably the kind of people that were very, very defensive of their religion at that time. They weren't the kind of people to jump ship because some ugly things came out. They're the kind of people that would say, well, that was just a few of these guys here, and a few of those guys over there, and a few of those guys over there, and that whole group of guys over there. And, but they would have been defensive about it. And that's the kind of Catholics they are. Mind you, not so Catholic that they didn't believe in premarital sex. That was fine with them. And I think they were big on the condoms, too. You have to be. They weren't that Catholic. Religion has always been one of my favorite topics because the amount of hypocrisy that occurs in religion is downright scary. Actually, one of the things that the Catholic Church has been pissed off at is the whole that TV show The Borgias with Jeremy Irons. Which, if you haven't seen it, you gotta fucking see it, man. It's just a fantastic, fantastic show. Lots of fun. Lots of sex, The nice thing about the Borgia Pope, played by Jeremy Irons, is that, yes, he does have sex, but he has sex with women, adult women. And that's for me, I'm cool with that. I think I see no reason why a priest or a nun shouldn't be able to get his groove on get the groove on every once in a while and get some pussy. You know, why can't a Catholic priest get some pussy? I mean, they should. Okay, maybe you don't want them to have premarital sex. You know, let them get married. You know, what's wrong with that? The tenets of the Catholic Church, much like the tenets of any religion, have always been absolutely ridiculous to me, because they run counter to what is natural for a human being to want to do. Human beings want to fuck. We like to fuck. Okay, we love to fuck so much that we will fuck even if we know that there's a good chance we're going to get some fucking disease that's going to make our dick fall off. We still want to fuck. All right. We want to fuck so much that for a lot of folks out there, they're really lonely. You know, the fact that it's not a human doesn't really make a difference to us. You know, but there you go. We want to fuck. It's just in our nature. It's in our fucking DNA. And what's really horrible is that so much of the time, these people that become priests start out very young. You know, they went to Catholic school, then they went to seminary. You know, and from the very beginning, they decided they wanted to become a priest. Eventually, maybe a bishop, cardinal, who knows? And what that leads to is a guy who is repressing every sexual urge he's ever had. I'm talking about a guy that there's a good chance went through puberty without ever even getting some tit. And I think that's just wrong. I think let the guys have some tit. You know, let priests get laid. You know, and you let priests get laid. I mean, what's worse for you? You know, the fact that a priest gets some pussy on the side every once in a while, or the fact that he's little short eyes, you know, he's like raping little boys, you know, which is the bigger crime here, you know? And here's the funny part to me is one of the cardinals that was eligible to vote for Pope, I think it was an American cardinal, I believe, I do have his name here someplace. You know, he was still eligible. You know, the only reason that Cardinal Keith O'Brien, who admitted to having inappropriate sexual contact, i.e. fucking young boys, he was still eligible to vote. So obviously, the Catholic Church doesn't seem that it's that big a fucking deal. Another little thing that they love to do is when they find out that a priest has been, possibly molesting young boys, do they fire him? No. Do they turn him into the police? No. They move him to a different church so he can just go, molest little boys over there. And that is the world that we're living in here, you know. And I believe it goes across all religions. I mean, my mother's a Jehovah's Witness. She tried to get me to be a Jehovah's Witness between the ages of 8 and 17. So I was like, a good 10 years of me fighting against it. The average Jehovah's Witness is usually baptized into the church within a year, usually 3 to 6 months, actually. Do not go in there. Move. My dog, sorry. He's hungry, but if I start letting him eat his food, you're going to hear the... or him lapping up water. Of course, probably just would have been better for him to just go eat. Go ahead, fine. Go have something to drink or something to eat. Oh, yeah, but anyway, my family's Jehovah's Witnesses, and it was hysterical because I had these guys, the elders of my church, my mother's church, talking to me about... You see that? You hear that now? That's what I'm talking about. Move. See, that's annoying. Move. Of course, I should just put his bowl somewhere else, right? Anyway, they were always giving me shit about, how it is, God wants me to live my life, what it is I should be doing with my body. For the Jehovah's Witnesses, the whole idea of masturbation, total sin. Yep, you're going to hell. Oh. Actually, Jehovah's Witnesses don't believe in the concept of hell. They believe that when you die, you're dead, and then if you were a good servant of God, you are resurrected. If not, you just stay dead. Which, you know what? That's okay with me. That's because that was pretty much what I was expecting anyway. But, then I have these guys telling me, what it is I can and cannot do with my dick. And then I find out that at least 2 of the elders of my mother's church were fucking some of the younger parishioners. Not underage parishioners, but they were having sex with some of the girls that were in her church, and both these guys were married. Okay, so not only were they having sex outside of wedlock, They were committing adultery. And these were the leaders of her church. And at no point did my mother lose faith. I never had any. Oh my God. Let's see, before I go on, let's get the advertising out of the way. Let's see, Diaper Cakes by Jessica. That's my little sister, Jessica, who runs a business in Florida there. And what Diaper Cakes are is, say you're going to a baby shower of some sort, and you want to bring something, obviously for the new mother to be, she's a new mother to be, or a new mother, period, is a very, very tired human being that has to depend on her husband of all people to help her get through this very trying time, and we all know how well that often works. So a diaper cake is basically, it's a really big cake. My sister will do it 1, 2, 3, even 4 tiers of cakes built with diapers, toys, wet naps, maybe a box with those little communication devices, baby monitors, a teddy bear, and she'll put it together and it'll look like a cake, and it's gorgeous. And if you follow her on Instagram, Diaper Cakes by Jessica, you'll get 15% off. So like I said, it's unique, it's fun. Check it out. Also, running through April 13th, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, my buddy Justin Zachary is starring in the play Trainspotting. That's right, just like the movie. Trainspotting over at the Elvin Theater at 6322 Santa Monica Boulevard. Shows are Saturday and Friday, 8 p.m. Tickets are $20. Sunday is more of a matinee. Shows at 7 p.m., and that's only $15. So, go check them out. You can catch them at plays411.com.trainspotting, or you can call them at 323-960-7785. And that's running now through April 13th, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah. I'll be there at some point. I'm not going to miss it, especially since I'm here like an asshole plugging it. God forbid I don't actually go see it. And God forbid Justin Zachary get me in for free, you cheap motherfucker. Anyway, we're talking a little bit about religion. We do have a new pope, which is great. I think having a pope is really one of the oldest throwbacks to the concept of having a king in a lot of ways. And mind you now, it is considered a kingdom. It's the Vatican City. The Vatican is its own base. It's its own country. Okay, and the Pope is its leader. That's a fact. The Vatican, richest country in the world per square inch. More treasures in there than anywhere else in the world per square inch. Now, as I said, and the Pope is, he is a king. It's considered a kingdom, not an empire. Though you talk to a few Catholics from back in the day, and yeah, it was becoming an empire because, other religions were not tolerated at all. It makes, I think, it gives people a sense of relief to know that they have a direct connection to God, which is what the Pope is supposed to be, which is what the basic premise behind any king or pharaoh is. A king or a pharaoh is the representation of God on earth. That's what being Pope means. It means that you're a direct line, okay? Everybody else has to get connected in some way or another through a router or whatever. No, Pope has a hard line to God, and people get comfort out of that. They want to know that somebody here on earth is telling us what God really wants out of us, and that's stupid. But I understand how it gives people comfort, and I know it gives my mother a great deal of comfort. Not that she's Catholic, but it gives people a lot of comfort to the idea that this isn't it. This isn't the end. That this isn't all there is to it. And, a lot of that comes from fear of death. A lot of that comes from a fear of knowledge or a lack thereof. And it's scary for a lot of people. I do not think it's scary. I think it's a good thing for the most part. I think it's something that we should aspire to, is to not be afraid of the unknown, to not worry about whether or not we're pleasing some high and mighty being in the clouds who judges us for everything we do, who gives us this great gift of instincts and then sets up all these fucking rules that go against them. I don't like religion. And I don't like spirituality either, so all you karma bitches can keep your shit to yourself as well, okay? I don't like karma either. But that's a discussion for another day. Thank you for listening in. I'm Joe the Shirt, and I've been off the cuff. Oops, sorry. Sounds so religious, doesn't it? Next time I'll get some hymns out here.